Today, we are going on a shopping trip to the mall to look for some spring outfit inspiration. But instead of picking out things myself, I'll be taking my style advice from the best dressed people at the mall. The mannequins. The goal is to try on things that maybe I normally wouldn't, and then hopefully come home with one full mannequin-inspired outfit. So let's go. Okay, I just got to the mall. There are some department stores here, but I'm not gonna do department stores because you don't realize how many mannequins are in a department store until you walk in looking for mannequins, and I have done that. And there's too many, it's way too overwhelming. So I'm sticking to 5 stores, which is gonna be Old Navy, American Eagle, Gap, Athleta, and Evereve. And as I walk through the mall, whatever order I come across these stores, that's the order that I'll do because I'm not sure where they are inside the mall. So let's go give it a go. I know that Old Navy typically has a handful of mannequins right inside the front door, so I'm just going to pick 1 or 2 of those and just go from there. I need some guidelines, I need some rules, so I'm not trying to pick, what I want to try on. I also decided to just shamelessly record myself in this mall. The first store that I saw was Old Navy, and right in the front of the store, there was this nice display of a man and his women. I think it's his wife and maybe his teenage daughter or just a family friend. I don't know. And they had a whole bunch of kids and a puppy. So I decided to try the 2 outfits that the women were wearing, kind of this fluttery floral dress with a jean jacket. And then the other one was this white sort of blousey shirt with a pair of wide leg embellished jeans. Definitely gonna need a bag. It is nice when the clothes that the mannequins are wearing are placed on the racks right around the mannequins. The dress was right there, as well as a jean jacket, which turned out to be not the right one that she was wearing. But I did have to hunt around the store a little bit to find the rest of the clothes that they were wearing, especially the sweater that the bloused woman had on, kind of wrapped around her shoulders. I never found a green one. So I just grabbed a different color sweater because you get the same effect. For the first outfit, I got the dress in a medium, and then the denim jacket, I also got in a medium. And when I was trying it on, I realized that it wasn't the right denim jacket. I just did not feel like going out there and trying to find the right one because I think you get the general idea, and I didn't like the dress anyway, and I don't need another denim jacket. The whole outfit wasn't really me. I don't love a fluttery sleeve, and I just tried it on just in case, and because the mannequin looked good. The second outfit has that white shirt, and it is literally see-through. So I don't know if you can see in the footage how see-through it is, but you can see right through it. Besides the sheerness, I didn't think the shirt was too bad. It kind of just poofed out at the wrong part for me. I felt like it wasn't the most flattering top for me in particular. I actually kind of like the jeans. I think they're kind of cute with that little embellishment for spring on the side. And then I just threw that sweater over my shoulders like the mannequin. I also tried the sandals on, but I just prefer more of a minimal sandal than that big chunky brown sandal. As I was walking through Old Navy, I did happen across a denim jacket that had a print on it, like a floral print. And I had actually ordered that jacket for a previous video where I was just trying a bunch of Old Navy spring items. And the one that I got, it did not have that pronounced of a print on it. It was very faded. So I don't know if I got one that had been washed and returned or what, but the one that I saw in the store was the one that I was expecting to receive. The only thing I was tempted to buy at Old Navy was the wide leg jeans. I think they're kind of fun for spring, but I actually have multiple other spring jeans from Old Navy that we'll see if I wear those and if I need another pair of spring wide leg jeans, because once it gets into summer, I don't think I'm going to be wearing jeans. So I left Old Navy with nothing. So my plan is to go to American Eagle, but I kind of looked over at the store and I'm just not quite so sure this stuff is gonna work for me, but let's look. I've actually found a few things at American Eagle and Aerie within the last year or 2. So I was feeling like that is one of the places that I'm going to try. But it seemed like every warm weather mannequin was wearing either a strapless tube top with tiny little shorts or some sort of crop top, or they all had these really little shorts. I don't know. I just was not feeling like doing that to myself at the mall. And I know the whole point of this is to try on things that I wouldn't normally, but I felt like these weren't exactly what I meant by that. I wanted to try sort of what I would appropriately wear. Not that that was inappropriate, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so the one outfit that I did see that I felt like maybe would be something that I wouldn't pick out necessarily, but that I would maybe wear was a sweater and a pair of ripped jean shorts. The only thing is the sweater was tucked into this Mannequins, I don't know what, must have been some sort of bra on the mannequin or one of those stretchy bands, or somehow they had that sweater tucked up underneath so you could see most of her stomach. I didn't think I was gonna probably do that, but I did grab the sweater and the jeans to try on. I actually was pleasantly surprised by the sweater. It was super, super soft. I did actually crop it up into my bra and I did not film that. It wasn't good. It looks better if you don't see my stomach. I actually thought the whole outfit was very comfortable. I don't know, it's not really out of my comfort zone that much, and I don't really need a brown sweater for spring, so I just left it there and moved on. But I did try an outfit, and I got a big fitting room so I could use my tripod. And I'm sure the attendant person, who was a teenager with no personality, was probably like, I have no idea what she's doing in there. After American Eagle, I did take a little stroll through Nordstrom. I wasn't going to try anything on the mannequins, but I just wanted to kind of check out their mannequins. And after that, after this whole experience, I kind of think maybe next time I'll try the mannequins at Nordstrom, because I felt like the outfits were, I don't know, cuter, and they had more interesting items that I maybe wouldn't normally try on, but that looked good on the mannequins. So maybe we'll do this again. Maybe it's like once a quarter when the styles change. And this is something you could do too, because it was kind of interesting. Next, I went across to the Gap, and I'm not sure what I was expecting, but lately it seems like whenever I look at the Gap website, I'm very, not, what's the word? Excited? That's not the word I'm thinking of. Unremarkable. I find it very unremarkable. I'm unremarked. I don't know. I'm not very excited about the things that I see on the Gap website. I don't think their models model their clothes very well. I mean, they're models. Or maybe I just don't like the clothes. But anyway, I went in to look at the mannequins, and the first mannequins I saw were very casual. They had their sweatpants on and their little baby tee and maybe a denim jacket. And around here, I'm always dressed in casual, comfy clothes like that. So for me to try on a pair of sweatpants and a t-shirt, not very exciting. Underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed. That's the word I was trying to think of. They also had a mannequin in a dress that I didn't like, and I think by this time it had actually been a little while since I got to the mall, so I was starting to feel a little sluggish, a little not excited about this whole project. They had a low-rise jeans mannequin and a yellow matching set mannequin that looked like a military hat or something, but it was just like a bucket hat pulled down over the mannequin's eyes. But I thought, this is what I'm here for. I'm just gonna pick one, and I picked the mannequin that was wearing the matching top and skirt set, which is something that I would not pick out for myself. So that's what I went with. I will say, by this point, I was not very excited to try on this outfit. And also the mannequin did not look very happy to be wearing that outfit. She looked very underwhelmed as well. I grabbed mediums in both the top and the skirt. And the top, I think the print is cute. It was adjustable, but it didn't have enough buttonholes for me to adjust it to where it felt comfortable. It felt like the sleeves were just gonna keep falling off. The skirt had a stretchy waistband, and it was actually a comfortable waistband, but the way the mannequin was wearing it, she had it like way low on her hips, and so you could see a little midriff, which I wasn't interested in doing. But then on me, it looked like this maxi dress kind of thing. I just didn't love it. I didn't take the time to take my socks off or make it look good. I admit I just was kind of like, let's just put this on and let's just get this done. They also didn't give the mannequin any sort of accessories. It was just like, they put this outfit on her and said, that's all you get. So I didn't have any accessories, no coat, no sweater, no third layer at all. I did try the top with just my jeans instead of the skirt, and I liked that better, but like I said, the fit wasn't quite right. So I left the Gap with nothing. If you are enjoying this video or have just been enjoying my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and come back. It is free for you, and it helps me to continue to make videos like this one. So thank you for subscribing if you choose to do so. I decided to stop for a break I got coffee, which I don't even like to buy coffees like this. If I was not trying to do this little thing, I would never buy a coffee and just sit in a chair in the middle of the mall. But here I am. I'm just feeling a little discouraged because I thought I was gonna find more exciting outfits on these mannequins. And so far, I feel like it's been pretty boring. So, you know, it's more fun if they're more fun. But I didn't exactly feel like trying on a bunch of crop tops and mini skirts at American Eagle because I just didn't think, I just don't think that they would look good, and I don't think I would feel very good leaving that store. So I'm taking a short break. I'm gonna get a little caffeine, a little sugar. I'm gonna find Evereve and Athleta, and we'll see. I know I'm gonna like everything at Athleta, and I'm probably gonna like everything at Evereve, but hopefully they have some trendy styles that I wouldn't necessarily normally wear. At Evereve, the mannequins in the front of the store were wearing a lounge set and a really pretty red dress. And then they also very graciously put all of the clothes that are on the mannequins right in that same little display. So I was easily able to grab the lounge set and a dress and head to the fitting room. If you have ever shopped at Evereve, you will know that they are super nice and helpful there. From what I can tell, they all have a good sense of style, and they're all really willing to help you find something that if you have an event coming up or something specific that you're shopping for. Every time I go in there and I think, I just want to look, I don't want any help, I always end up just telling the people, well, I do have, something coming up, and then they are bringing me stuff in the fitting room. So I did end up telling the woman that was helping me that I have this YouTube channel, this is what I'm doing. And so she brought me all the stuff. She found the shoes, she found the shirt that goes over, she brought me the necklace. She was very excited to go out and get me everything that was on that mannequin, so that she went above and beyond. And then I shamelessly asked her if she would take some pictures of me by the mannequin. And so we had a little photo shoot, and luckily there were not that many people at the mall. So that was kind of fun. And she was just super nice. I did not get her name, but she was nice. The lounge set was super comfy, but I just didn't really need another lounge set. And I actually really liked the dress, but they only had a size medium, and the top was just a little bit big. And then I thought I could have it tailored, but then, they're not all that inexpensive at Evereve. So to buy a dress and then have it tailored, I decided not to get either of those things. But when I was in the fitting room, the lady that was helping me was bringing me more stuff. So she brought me a pair of cropped white jeans and this little vest to go with it. And when I put that on, I just really liked it. So I ended up buying the vest, and I ended up buying the shoes, and I left there with a couple of things that were not, well, the shoes were on the mannequin. Those were the shoes that the mannequin in the dress was wearing, but I did not buy either of the mannequin outfits. So again, kind of a bust. I was like, how am I gonna find a mannequin outfit? I can't even find one at Evereve. Next, I headed over to Athleta, where I typically like everything in the store. I just like it all. It's all comfortable. It's really nice quality. They have good sales, and I just thought this is gonna be where I get my outfit. And of course, they have all these athletic outfits on the mannequins, but the one that was a little bit out there that I wouldn't typically choose for myself was a bright neon greenish yellowish linen set. And I thought, there we go. That's the one. Let's try that. If it was me putting that outfit together, I probably would pair it with a white tank top underneath, but she was wearing a black sports bra of some sort. I'm not interested in showing my stomach. So I just grabbed a regular black tank top and tried it all on. And I actually really liked the color. I liked the whole thing. I liked it with the black, and I liked that linen top. And when I came out of the fitting room to do like this little photo shoot in front of the mirror, the workers there were like, wow, you really pull off that color. So they were making me feel really good about it. And then one of the girls brought me an athletic dress that was that same color, and I tried it on. And those dresses are always so comfortable, but it didn't have adjustable straps. And so it just didn't quite fit me right. So I left that, but I did buy the shorts and the black tank top, which is kind of a staple. I didn't buy the top. I was trying it in the small, and I thought maybe I wanted the next size, a medium, but turns out I need the small. So I ended up ordering it anyway. So it's coming. So I did find my mannequin inspired outfit. It's very bright, and I hopefully will wear it sometime. I think this is kind of a fun way to shop, and so I would encourage you to try it sometime and just kind of see if it sparks some new interest, some new interesting outfits for you. If you like this video, I think you will also like this one, so click on over there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you over there. Bye.